that's right, around the corner here. I want to kind of block that door so you guys can't get through here as easily. Preferably. Fortunately, Boson is a build I don't know anything. But making bait or some other Experience rune word help a lot. Yeah, no rune words. There's none of that here. So yeah, basically, like my character having like purposely bad stats, doing the best she can with like her shitty gear and crap like that. Like, yeah, it just requires me to play a bit differently. It requires me to stand at a good distance. Like, I've had a few people be like, oh, your character's like a glass cannon. I'm like, no, she's just decorative glass. That's all she is. She can't take a hit. She can't deal a hit. Like, at the moment, she's not doing too bad. Her armor is kind of up a bit, and she does have a good offhand weapon. And I've been able to make some hits with it. And I haven't got too dead recently. But, like, we went through cycles. We had, the Viper Temple. Viken here is probably, like, trying to go back to sleep. And here I am mentioning the Viper Temple. But, like, we had the Viper Temple and stuff, where I spent 2 hours trying to get my gear back. Because I got killed as soon as I walked in the door. And then I went back in with my spare gear because I could only have 1 page in my stash. Just like originally, and so I only have like a little bit of spare gear, and I went back in with that, and I also got killed and dropped that too. So then I had to go all the way back in and like try to basically brute force my way in with no armor, no gear, and just kept dying, trying to get further in, throw down a portal. Exactly what I did when I was a kid was just brute force that shit and try again to just get to a point where I could pick it up. And it took 2 hours to get it back. And then one of my corpses, I must have picked up a random helmet when I ran through the thing. I didn't know that your corpses come back to town when you die, because I never did that as a kid. So yeah, I came back in like the next week and I'm like, why is there a corpse of me in town? Like, it was almost like threatening, you know. Hey Durin, how you doing? What are you up to this morning? What else have I missed in here? Been scared not through combat nor by emotions, but the sheer patience I witnessed. I arrived, it began, I left to eat lunch, head to groceries, come back, still same spot, leave to eat dinner, still there. But the stream ended and the next day still on that for 3 more hours. I know. Because I was like, I got stuck on it for like 4 hours. I think I had like an 8-hour stream that day because that was part of the build-a-thon, and I got stuck on it for... I think I got stuck on it for 4 of the 8 hours. And then I had to come back and do it again, and it took like 3 more hours to get through to make it like the total of 7. I actually might put my jumper back on. It's so fucking cold, but this jumper is like a bit too thick. It also doesn't have like proper sleeves. This is the one that I've, this is like the fuzzy jumper that I butchered and I cut up. So it's warm, but it's like too warm, but it's also doesn't cover my arms kind of warmth. So let me see if I can put it on in a way that's warm, but not gonna cause me to sweat and take it off again. Go. Alright. That's a little bit better. I probably should have gone back to town to have done that realistically. But it's fine. Ain't up to shit. I'm having an absolutely wonderful morning being a bum. Oh yeah? Sounds like a good morning. Sounds like everybody's having good mornings so far. Come here, you. I woke up at like a stupidly early hour today. Like the kind of like 5 or 6 a.m. kind of bullshit. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm awake overnight and I'm asleep during the day. And yeah, so being awake from like 5 or so a.m. was kind of bullshit, but I ended up just being up for most of the day. And then I got tired at like 4 in the afternoon and ended up having a sleep, which kind of was good. If I didn't do that, I would have been really wrecked for tonight. Because like it's been really, really cold here. So the cold has been really sapping my energy when I am awake. I just don't have like warm enough gear to deal with it. It's not like the regular winter cold. You know how like a few weeks ago we had like that really bad cold snap? We got that shit back again. And I was like, I'm okay with winter. I'm just not okay with when we get a cold snap in winter. I can't handle it. Like, I don't know. My body doesn't do well through temperature extremes. Mostly because of like all the medical conditions and shit, but there's nothing much I can do about it. I mostly just try to rock up. And I've got like my extremely thick fuzzy jumper that I would normally wear in the extremes of winter, but I'd normally wear a long sleeve jumper under it, like a lighter cardigan type thing, with the view that it would, I don't know, it kind of, this one is more so for keeping my back and neck warm than the rest of my body. My arms are what's cold. My arms and my legs are cold. I already have a neck warmer, so I don't need it. It's like doubling up that. But there's nothing I can do because all my warm shit's in the wash. Like, I think it might be in the dryer by now. I'm pretty sure I had my partner put it in the dryer when I started tonight. So it might be done by the time I get out, which would be good because that would be like fresh warmed, like dryer warmed linen type. Well, not linen, but you know, like, you know when you put on something fresh out of the dryer and it's like toasty? Like that. Like post shower, that would just be magnificent. I need you not to be hitting me, mate. Love her. This guy has no disregard. Let me change over my fucking weapon. There we go. He has no disregard for my fucking helper thing. What do you call it? My decoy. I forget what she's called like half the time. I don't mean to, I just do. Alright, I know there's like the goblin-y thingy there. There is also one of these I've got to take down too. I like taking these down just as much as like all the walls because I'm pretty certain we get like XP from it, even if it's not much. That sounds like one of those like slashery dudes though, and I don't know where Eliza went. I think she's stuck up around the corner, so fucking hell, Eliza. Hold on, let me help you out. What's it? Smiles staying aside. Hold on, there's a special in here. You, Ash VC Impaler. What are you? Demon Stone Sing, Mana Burn, Teleportation. There we go. Alright, you stay over there. I'm gonna attack this. Hopefully Eliza is stuck, I think, in that like corner. I don't want you over here, mate. Fuck off. Oh, apparently he's not that stone skin. He's just stone skin to fucking fire. Alright. Yeah, apart from that, I think I'm alright. Like, the cold weather has me wanting, like, a lot of sugary shit, though. I think that's just, like, an energy depletion issue more than anything. But, like, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty much, like, out of food budget for the week, so I've got, like, energy drinks. But they also make me cold. So, we'll see. It's kind of like... It's the kind of, like, cold that makes you either want to sleep, like, because your body's just, like, wants to shut down and, like, die. Or, I know that sounds as grim as possible, but, like, you know, there's two settings to this. It's either my body wants to hibernate because it's cold and it doesn't like it, or it's too cold and my body's like, nah, fuck this, you know, and does, like, you know, the meme of, like, the kid that's, like, the peace sign and then, like, disappears and stuff. Like, that's more so what I feel like it's doing, is that it's being like, yeah, nah. I don't know. But yeah, my bedroom has air conditioning, like heated air conditioning. Whereas, like, I've got a bar heater in this room and it kind of does the job, but I've also got, like, big glass, like, fucking windows in here. Obviously, windows are glass, but they seem to, like, just... It feels like all the cold air is just seeping in through them because they're not, like, double glazed or anything like that. They're just single glazed, standard Australian windows sort of thing. So it's quite cold. Oh, this is why I had, like, the baskets in this area. Just put that in there so Viking doesn't see that. He doesn't need to see that. There we go. Alright, I can pick up the superior spear, but I do have to go back for this because I got too much shit. And hot as hell here. I'm ready for fall already. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
So the thing is, like, as long as I have access to air conditioning, I don't mind the heat. I don't mind, like, summer and stuff. As long as for, like, my conditions and shit, I can retreat into colder areas for, like, a period of time and rest. Because as you guys know, when I couldn't, it made me really quite ill. But yeah, I don't like the cold. I can never warm up. And everything hurts because I have a lot of old injuries and stuff. So I get like a lot of aches. And it's just generally unpleasant, you know? Like that's just like the fun of having done like a lot of like over the top fucking renovations and exercise and all sorts of shit years gone by. Or that would be nice if that was something decent. Required strength is 140. I wonder. Required strength. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use it if I wanted to. Now you guys are attacking something down here. I'm gonna head home now. Sorry I wasn't that active. Work's work. Great stream. See you around. No worries. If you're at work, like, you know, focus on work and obviously safe travels home and stuff. But yeah, I always just appreciate it if people have got like a little bit of time and want to hang out and catch stream and stuff. So yeah, by all means, you know, always awesome, you know, having a chat and whatnot. And I mean, I'll be here for at least like another hour and shit. Otherwise, like, I will probably be lurking around. It's usually what I do. There's another one of these things. We're about halfway through the Frigid Highlands because we spent so much time down in the abandoned, which is fine. I've got no problems with that. I don't mind if we are really close, giving it potentially 1 extra hour and pushing to get the waypoint if I've cleared everything. I don't mind doing that, so long as it's not like, oh, it crashes at like 12:30 and then bam, you know, there's no possible way that I could push forwards this week kind of thing. But actually looking forward to playing Project Zomboid this week. I know that's like completely irrelevant to Diablo 2, but like I have wanted to play it on my days off throughout this week, and I sort of like, I haven't deleted the file save for like the previous run, but I kind of sort of wish that I didn't start a new run, because I wouldn't mind going and seeing what's in Louisville, you know. But I did hear that they fully rolled out like the ragdoll system and stuff properly. I know it was for like initially only a few people, but I never had the car hit anything to see it happen, and I don't use firearms in the game yet. But I'm pretty sure my first person died, I think. Or is dying. I'll have to look at my notes because I feel like it's been a couple weeks. I feel like it's been like a fortnight or so. Sorry, since I played it last. So, sorry. I need to like quickly grab my drink, but I'm fighting these imps. I'll see if I can fight them and have my drink. The answer is kind of. I kind of chase after them when that happens. Yeah, usually using the bow and arrow and stuff, right? I tend to hold down shift to prevent her from running after like the enemies and crap. So when I have to like lift up that hand to like grab a drink or do something else, I tend to sometimes start running at my enemies, and it's not very often, but sometimes I do have to lift my hand up to do something. Scratch my face or whatever. But yeah, you'll see it when it happens, because I'll suddenly start like running around all over the place. I'm still pretty excited about this because we've done the abandoned, right? I'm so happy that that is done, because it was like the 2 previous times I've gone down that was so fucking hard. Actually, I feel like it was I feel like it might have been 3 times I went down there, because we had somebody in there as real special company. Eliza, you're gonna get dead. I feel like we went down there 3 times, because I feel like we went down there once and we died immediately, and then we redid the Frigid Highlands, and then we did it this week. So yeah, we went down there 3 times probably, because I forgot last time that we had been down there at all, because I got down there and the map was partially like discovered, and I'm like, wait a minute, you know, the map generally stays unless sometimes I have crashes where it just destroys the map, And it's not like a huge issue sometimes, but like when you have like a big connected map like this, you don't want to lose all of outside. Because I can tell you what, if I lose like all of this outside and I've got to like rerun it because the map's gone and I've got to have all the map, my god. I'd still do it, but fucking hell, I'd be a little bit salty about it. That would probably be the only thing that would get me salty about this game, is if it lost it on like a big section. Like, I think we lost part of the desert, but I love the fucking Reclearing deserts and stuff. I love that too. So I wasn't really mad about that. Like, any excuse to spend more time in Act 2, realistically, for me. But yeah. I love how they'll go and they'll attack the door, and I'm like, you know when you got enemies on the other side of the door and you're busy with something and your helpers are like, oh, let me get that for you, and let's send like the attackers and stuff? Yeah. That's not always like super appreciated, but she'll get that door down. There we go. Alright, hold on. That's not quite what I wanted, but sure, let's put you there. I can mostly fight this guy here. Like, the barricaded towers, health is insane on health. I remember Nightmare took a while, but I don't remember them taking this long. Mind you, she is respectively pretty weak, and her weapons are also respectively pretty weak. Like, her axe isn't that bad, but like if I have a look at her axe, don't crash. Her axe is like 241 to 429. It's not that bad, but it still takes me forever because I don't think I do much damage on top of that. But yeah, I love how like even up against the immunes, they're not really healing themselves, which is kind of nice. I'm kind of keeping up. It's good. It's really good with that. But yeah, regarding like the heat and stuff overseas, like I know it's impacting like a lot of people. Another thing too is like I think like here in Australia we're just kind of used to it just being bitchingly hot every summer. To a point like if you're out in the sun, it seriously hurts within like a couple of minutes, kind of hot, you know. So when somebody says, oh, it's like really bad hot and stuff, we kind of understand. Hey Shadow, how the fuck are you? We just had a waiver in here, like, not long ago. They're busy cooking at the moment. I thought you'd want to know, in case they come back and, like, say hello and shit. Now, how the fuck's your day going? How's your week? I shouldn't probably ask that, but, like, how's your week, man? It's been so fucking cold. We're having a cold snap, and it's basically, like, making me, like, not have energy. So here again, a waiver. You know, has all the random questions, loves the art, loves the Dwarf Fortress, all that sort of stuff. Which, by the way, I forgot to tell them that I'll be having to play Dwarf Fortress at some point this year too. Who is hitting you? I don't think anybody's in front of her. I guess it's this guy's hitting her? Mate, Eliza, could you just like move? No? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'll have to let them know that I'm playing Dwarf Fortress later this year. I'm going to go back and buy a fresh Eliza. I want to blow my nose. Hold on. Not so much like I want to blow my nose. I just feel like my nose is like running a bit. It's not. It's just like the cold air is doing that. Like, you know, ow. You know when cold air is like, it feels like it's like wet because it's cold. Yeah, stuff like that. Right, now I got a nosebleed. Alright. If I sound congested, it's because I have a nosebleed. So that also generally happens in extreme weather too. Let me stuff a tissue. I accidentally was using a tissue to like dab at my nose. I accidentally like it was like really scratchy tissue and it scratched the inside of my nose. Now it's gonna bleed. So yeah, knowing me, I also know I sound nasally. Nothing I could do about it. Knowing me, that's not gonna stop anytime soon. So I'm just gonna leave that up there. This is when I'm like so glad I don't have a camera, because I have like a tissue watered up my nose right now to prevent that. Wet because cold feeling is so weird. It is though, but like you guys know what I mean, right? Is when it's like so cold that like, you know, you feel like you're breathing like wet air or something like that. That kind of thing.
Good evening.
Oh man. I'm feeling good today, finally, after all this fucking time. Nice. I'm glad you're having a good day. I was able to get up at 8 AM. Nice. I don't want to gossip, mother. So, after all that, it only reduces magic by 2. That's a bit of a shame. You know, the funniest thing is somebody will come in later and they'll ask me if I have a cold or something, and I'll be like, no, I just have a tissue stuffed up my nose. And they won't have the context of like what I'm doing with that, you know. Hey PJ, welcome in. As a being from Iceland, I know that feeling too well. Yeah, see, I'm in Australia, so we don't usually get like too hella cold, right? But at the same time, we're in a cold snap at the moment in winter, and we're just like woefully unprepared for it. We had one a couple of weeks ago, last month, but like it lasted for 2 weeks and was like blowing a gale non-stop the whole time. There was nothing we could do about it except for kind of like bunker down and stuff, and we're like, oh, we might get one of these a year, maybe, right? Rare, but it happens, so we just kind of tolerate it when it happens. And this is a case where it's happened twice, and I just don't have that kind of quantity of warm clothing. You know, I have utilized everything I've got. Everything I've got is like currently actively in the wash. I've got to like basically wait until after stream until I can get warmer clothes, because then my laundry will be done. So I don't have much of a choice. I forgot to go buy Eliza. That's fine. Look, if I didn't get the nosebleed, I would have remembered. That's fine. Fucking hell. Go for it, voice. My voice is just like, oh, we're breathing through my mouth now. Cool. We don't need voice. It's fine. But yeah, what are you up to, PJ? Like the worst part is like I'm inside the house and it's like that kind of cold and stuff, right? If I was outside of the house and it was just kind of cold, I would totally get it, right? But it's not. It's just like, the only way to kind of improve the temperature in here is to have a hot shower and then to like rug up and stay in a warm area, because our houses are just not designed for this. Like the other thing too is I kind of find that like even if I were to put like, let's just say I put extra sheets on, like extra blankets on my bed, I tend to find that the air that's accosting my face and my hands that are sticking out of the sheets are so fucking cold. And like air that I'm breathing is so fucking cold, it's like painful, and I don't like it. I'd rather have like sort of a consistent temperature inside, outside kind of thing. But then again, I'm also like probably more particular about that. Mate, actually that was a pretty good fucking parry kind of thing then. Considering like I don't usually move around these guys too much, but these guys, apart from the fact that they're taking like a good amount of like fire, so that is helping. But yeah, I was also just looking at the fact that I thought I had something pinned at the start of the stream, but it's not showing me that it's pinned anymore. So maybe I didn't pin it for, like, you know how you can choose between like for a set amount of time and then you can like go and what do you call it? Well, let's go get Eliza back. You can set it for like all stream and shit. I must have like not clicked the right thing with that, but that's fine. Been lurking while playing Diablo II Resurrected, making lunch. How y'all? I'm alright.
Yes.
Sounds like it sounds like you guys are all having fucking nice days. Let's just like chilling today. Like, it's Thursday for me. Well, now it's, I guess, Friday. But, like, you guys all sound like you're having just, like, nice days. See, I like when I get, like, a fucking 5-socketed bow, but I couldn't use that if I wanted to, even though it's shit. Like, it's not better, but, like, I like getting things that have sockets like that. Because, like, there's potential to be better, you know? Anyway, I always get excited when I find something that has that many sockets because I'm like, ooh, I can put shit in that, you know? But yeah, hold on. Let me just... I just wanted to, like, change over my tissue that's in my nose. Hopefully it stops before I, like... Ow. No. No, that's just going to trigger it more. My tissues are really, really fucking sharp. I don't know why. I went to put the new one up my nose, and it immediately cut me again. What the fuck? Alright. Anyway, I feel so weird doing this because it's like I would do this if I was in like some kind of retail job too, by the way. Wrong button. If I was in like a retail job, I would legitimately shove a tissue up my nose and go serve somebody. They'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, it's fine. I just, I'd rather have this than like hold a tissue there in like a very, very classy feminine way. Like having it at my nose. Like that, I just shove the fucking thing at my nose and do it fine. The fuck are your tissues made from, sandpaper? They're not far from it. They're like, so we buy them in like 3 packs, right? And they are not the cheapest. They're like the second cheapest. And they're perfectly fine to use on like a once in like a every other like sneeze kind of situation, right? They're not the ones that you want when you're sick, right? They're not soft. But I also am not really in the classic habit of just having tissue shoved up my nose on the daily. So I haven't exactly shoved one of these ones up there before. I used to have like nicer ones. I used to have like triple layered soft fucking moisturizing fuck knows what tissues, right? But paying like an extra couple of bucks for a box of tissues that's gonna get like in the bin anyway. Like, I can't really justify that shit at the moment. What are you? You're ice ball. Interesting. Yeah, I can't kind of justify that kind of purchase at the moment. Hello. You're the special. You're the extra fast. I might actually put... Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get Valkyrie over there. I know she's the cool red one right now, but... No, I can't. I wanted to just pop her in there. Because my logic is that if I could stick her in there and she could start fighting them, I wouldn't have to deal with when I walk around the corner. I have allergies. Sticking tissues in my nose is a known strategy to me. Like, it's not like something I wouldn't do. It's just not something I've had to do in a long while. Obviously, it's been a while since I've had, like, to do this. Because if it wasn't, I would be aware that my tissues are sharp. But yeah, they, oh, hello. I don't want to be right at the door when that thing pops. There we go. Okay, yeah. If I could get him to explode, blow up against her. There we go. Okay. Now we got ourselves a problem. Let's pop you back in there. Yeah, no, it would not matter where I was. I'd do this shit. It's just, it's more convenient. My hands are free to play games now. What is this? Death Venom. Hello. No. You go play over there, mate. This guy in the door is Death Venom. Get the fuck out of my face, dead. Oh, shit. Oh, that happened so quickly. He decided to get unstuck from the door. Oh my god. That happened in, like, split seconds. Alright, let's go get Eliza. And I should be able to get that back without having to put my extra shit on. Hopefully. I do have a portal nearby, so this should be fine. I shouldn't need extra shit. I just need one portal. There we are. We're dead over there. My thoughts are... This will... No. This is... Can I spawn... Wrong button. Hold on. I don't want you to explode over here, mate. I was going to see if I could summon her in there, but... Actually, they are kind of like coming around there, aren't they? Hold on. If I could just get them to go in a different direction. I just want to steal my ship back. I can't get it from that side. Hold on. This isn't too much of an issue, but my god, you are not interested in my Valkyrie or anybody else, are you? And I've got to go find where I put that, wherever I put my portal. Hey, Azula. My cat Azula has come to join us. She's acquiring her fuzzy donut. There she goes. Alright, I gotta go back to town to like fix up my inventory shit, but I need to pat Azula. There we go. Alright, Azula's been patted. My shit's all on the wrong stuff. Yeah, I gotta admit, like, the cats are even staying in, you know, the room that has like the warm air conditioning and shit. I don't blame them. There we go. Yeah, I think I made my nose worse. While I'm in town, let's see if I can not scratch the fuck out of my nose with another tissue. There we go. Okay. That's a bit better. That's a bit better for the moment. Oh man. It happens every so often. Let's get all of my stuff. And the fuck else was I on about? Oh yeah, all my money. Oh, all of that. All that went. That is the only fucking big issue with like running around with that. It also took some of that too. That is so much. Oh, we were on our way to affording a bow and now we're not again. But I do have more XP than when I started tonight, so that's not a problem. Okay, let's put a new one of these here. I gotta get this guy dead. Eliza is back, so that's fine. Yeah, that was an absolute, like, blink. I thought he was stuck in the door. Usually, if I didn't think he was stuck in the door, what I would have done is I would have put a decoy between him and myself and been like, okay, he can't just walk over to me. But the thing is with my Diablo, and I have found this, is that my Diablo does, like, lag out a little bit. And I don't get as much of a chance to react sometimes. And I wasn't accounting for that because it's been really good tonight. Cold Enchanted Extra Strong, Lightning Enchanted. He is Death Venom the Tainted. Nice. Okay, well, we've got all three of us here and I don't think he's going for the... He might be going for the decoy. There is also, like, the teleporting Lasher dude in the area too I've got to be careful of. I don't think that they're buffing each other. I think they're too far from each other. One has like extra fast teleportation shit. There goes him. Glad I was outside of that radius. Hey, a bow. Hold on a second. Anytime I get a bow, I do want to have a look at what it is. Matriarchal bow. Could you imagine if it was actually something decent that I could use? It's not going to be, but like we can imagine for like a minute. Let's go find out. Azula has absolutely planted herself in her fuzzy donut. And it is not. It's a shame though. It's a shame that I can't be getting like a decent bow. I can't just find one. I've tried. I've been looking for, well, since Nightmare. I've been looking.